Good afternoon and welcome to OnCore Live 2022. I'm your host, Robin Bell, and we are really excited to be here today and glad to have you with us. This year on OnCore Live, we're introducing the Product and Technology Sessions, our new educational webisode track. We've got some great interviews that are coming up for you today that offer information and insights to help you benefit your customers and help their business. So what are these product and technology sessions all about? Well, the product and technology sessions bring research and product development teams together to share their knowledge about today's most meaningful advancements and innovation opportunities. On today's show, we've got two advancements that we want to share with you. The new Rogers Griswold bonding study and insight into flame retardant adhesive technology. We're going to have a Q&A at the end of the broadcast, but feel free to send those questions to us throughout the webcast. And please post those questions in the Q&A tab on your meeting toolbar and not in chat. Avery Dennison Performance Tapes developed a series of adhesive technology bonding studies to help you with the adhesive selection process and the technical requirements of your customers. We've showcased several of these studies right here on OnCore Live in the past, and today we're featuring Rogers Griswold rubber products and highlighting their material performance when they're paired with Avery Dennison's Performance Tapes family. Adhesive family. Well, why don't we begin by welcoming Miles and Kyle to OnCore Live. Hey guys, really glad to have you with us today.
You too, Robin.
All right, Miles, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the Rogers Griswold product line?
Sure, Robin. So my name is Miles Natorski. I've been with Griswold now in various marketing roles since 2013. Rogers acquired Griswold back in 2018, and I've been working as the product line manager for Griswold sponge products since since last 4 years. So Griswold manufactures natural rubber, which makes up about 85% of our business, as well as neoprene and EPDM products. And those go into a wide variety of industries, such as flooring, footwear, automotive, and general industrial applications as well.
So pretty diverse applications. Kyle, good to see you back again this year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role with Avery Dennison and a little bit about yourself?
Sure, Robin. So my name is Kyle Witham. I am a product development manager or product development engineer with Avery Dennison Performance Tapes. Specifically, my focus has been in the automotive area as well as the foam bonding area.
So you've been with us before, and we've had a really great, lively conversation. This one promises to be lively as well. I want to turn this question over to you, Miles. How did Rogers Griswold get involved in this bonding study with Avery Dennison?
Yeah, so last year, one of our other product lines, Poron, did a similar bonding study with Avery Dennison. So we thought it would be a great opportunity to do the same with Griswold products. It can be somewhat of a challenge to stick adhesives to our products. So we felt like getting a bonding study out there to kind of promote which materials work best would be a great thing.
And it really was. So what was the bonding study testing, Kyle, and what was the methodology that was used for the test?
So the study looks at pairing our Avery Dennison Core Series products with a variety of Rogers Griswold rubbers. When we take a look at this, we take a look at two different sets. One set will laminate at room temperature and the other will laminate with heat. We use about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. And then along with that, each will run at about 30% compression and about 20 feet per minute. We'll also let them rest for about 72 hours after lamination. That's just to make sure that we have the best bond possible so that we're looking at the best results we can.
Okay. So, Miles, why don't you tell us what the focus of this study was?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier about 85% of our business is in natural rubbers. So a bulk of the materials that were tested are considered natural rubber. We also sent in a few neoprene products to test the bonding to our sponge itself. And then also there was a couple of materials included in there that had either a film or tissue backing, which we like to use in our process to help promote adhesion with PSAs. So a whole gamut of products.
Yeah, a large gamut. So, Kyle, tell us about the Avery Dennison adhesive products that were used in the testing, and also how their performance was rated.
Yep. So we used our Core Series products, which covers a wide variety of adhesive families. So we have products like our general purpose rubbers, all the way to some more specialty products like our high shear general purpose rubber, to things that we might use in the automotive industry, our high performance low VOCs, or our modified acrylics.
So there's quite a variety I'm seeing here. So Miles, what about the Rogers Griswold products? Which ones of those were used in the study, and why those particular products?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, natural rubber does make up a big portion of our business, so that's kind of really where we wanted to emphasize. We sent some softer products, which you're going to see that 3110 black sponge there, as well as some firmer products, which would be the 3150, along with some neoprene as well. And as I mentioned, the GRC film and tissue layer on our natural rubber products, just to see which of the adhesives would work best on those materials as well.
All right, so that kind of begs the question, what were the results of the study? So Kyle, was it lamination at room temperature, or was it heat lamination?
Yeah, that's a great question, Robin. So first, I'll go back and I'll touch on how we evaluated these. You'll see that we use kind of a good, better, best rating system to keep things relatively simple for our study. Here, when we talk about good, so the lower end of our scale, we're talking about times that the materials adhered well, but it did require heat lamination. And then as we get better and better up to our best performance, at the best performance, a lot of times those products are just fine when laminated at room temperature. Now, I'll tell you right now that we will typically recommend heat lamination. It rarely ever hurts, and it almost always will help your bond. If we take a look at the actual results, what we'll see is that some of our, we'll call our stronger products, something like our modified acrylics, our FT1943 polypro or FT1149X. These are both thicker transfer tapes, and what that helps with is getting over some of that chemistry compatibility issues that we may see in these types of rubber products. If any of our viewers are familiar with plasticizers and how those can negatively impact adhesion, sometimes we can see similar things from these rubber products. And kind of like Miles touched on, that's actually one of the reasons that they back those rubbers with certain materials like tissues, and that definitively does help the bond.
So there's a lot of value in doing these bonding studies. So to that, I'm going to send this over to you, Miles. What are some of the key takeaways that reviewers can expect from this bonding study?
Yeah, so I think this bonding study, it's really to provide some guidance. It's a starting point. We really want folks to be testing in the application and really making sure if they need that tissue or film layer that they're testing with those products. And again, it's a starting point. So there's a lot of conditions that need to be thought of when you're looking at this, such as the surface that you're adhering to, the application that is needed, and the environment for that application.
So these are some wonderful things that you guys have talked about today in this study. And I want to finish up with you, with Kyle. What else can you add to this that our viewers should know about this bonding study?
So, like I touched on last time, actually one of the more different, unique parts of this study was the chemical interaction that we saw. That can help be overcome by things like the thicker transfer tapes or chemically resistant adhesives. The other part of this, like I touched on, was that Rogers Griswold has done a great job in understanding their own products and the fact that we might see some of these chemical issues, and they've gone ahead and already taken care of that by providing these things like tissue-backed rubbers.
There's a lot of importance in my mind for these studies, for customers to be reviewing these studies. A quicker, more accurate way to get to a quote for a customer might be a good way to look at this.
Yeah.
So, right. Well, with that, I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, for your time today. We certainly learned a lot about the bonding performance of Rogers Griswold rubber products and Avery Dennison adhesives. The bonding study is available for download. You can see it right here on the screen. Just go to tapes.averydennison.com/core series. Now you can find the study near the bottom of that web page, and then you can download it from there. Miles and Kyle's, and Miles of Kyle's. Miles and Kyle will be with us at the end of the broadcast for some Q&A. We want to thank you, for all of you, for joining us today. And be sure again to, just a quick note, to check your email Q2 for our next OnCore Live. Until then, take care.